I often hear from women that are really successful, gorgeous, smart, sexy, that they just find it really hard to get dates. They find it really hard to get relationships. And I'm like, what do you think that is? And they say, well, you know, I think men really like smart women, but I just think that being successful and smart is way too much. That's what we're going to talk about today. My name's Geeta Sidhu-Robb, and please subscribe to see when I post more videos. But also tell me, what do you think? Do you think that men like smart women, but they don't like successful women? Or do you think, like so many men will tell you, that in fact they love successful women? And it's not really about them. It's about the women themselves. Men say, we want to date smart, ambitious, successful women. So why are all these incredibly successful women single? Evolutionary behavior and traditional gender roles have really primed men to be competitive and establish themselves as the providers, as the breadwinners. And I mean, coming from my background, my culture, being Indian, there is absolutely nothing there that you can do other than be provided for by a man. So what does it do to a man when you meet a successful woman who is sitting there and is completely able to take care of herself and kind of doesn't seem to need a guy? Because that is also language you hear again and again and again. Do they perceive these successful women as a threat? When a man gets face to face with actually how impressive a woman is, there are places where he can just feel not quite inadequate, but feel like, you know, what's the point? A, she's probably not single. B, why would she want to be with me? What can I give to her? Because to so many men, actually, it is about what they can bring to your lives, how they can improve your lives, how they can make your lives better. And if they don't think they can do that, do you know that they will just walk away? And it doesn't matter how much they like you, because it is such an essential part of who they are as men. And the thing is that on the other side, that you have single women, and they're faced with a situation where they're just not getting dates, or they're not kind of continuing into a relationship, and they just don't want to settle for a boyfriend who doesn't appreciate them and doesn't support them. But even that has got to be better than being one of the women that has decided that you will just tone down your ambition or even drop your goals, because it is the only way that you can attract and keep a guy around. And I think both of those options completely suck. Because should you say, I'm going to be single and successful, or I'm going to be somebody who just, well, you know, I would rather be in a relationship than be on my own, so I'm going to dumb my way down. I know a lady, a woman that I know, who does huge, incredible deals, and actually never mentioned them to her husband until he then read about the fact that she had done $1 billion deal in the newspapers, because she didn't want him to know. And I was like, how did that work? And she went, eh. She's like, I just, you know, he knew I was doing a deal, and she just carried on. And I was like, wouldn't you want him to be part of what you were doing? Apparently she didn't, and she's been married for 27 years, so I guess something has worked. But I think ultimately, giving up your dreams or diminishing yourself for a man has got to breed resentment. If you've got a big vision of what impact you want to create, how much you want to accomplish, there is a really strong chance that you're a very ambitious, driven woman, and that you're not going to want to be just sitting there, because you're going to look around after 5 years and think, what the hell is going on? Why am I here? So, the good news, there are guys that want to help you and support you, that want to stand by your side. And actually finding them isn't impossible, but we are in a process of change at the moment, where the world is changing, and women are occupying a place that until recently was just for men. Now, every change takes a while, and you kind of have to go this side to that extreme in order for it to come back to a kind of a balance. But there are so many men, especially younger men, who are, I think, both extremes. You get the older guys that don't have as much to prove, and you get the younger ones who just didn't grow up knowing any different. Like my son does not know any different to having a working mother who is the breadwinner in his life. So he doesn't have a single problem with a woman picking up the bills. It doesn't diminish his masculinity. It doesn't define his masculinity. It's a different breed of people. So knowing that, when you're on your next few dates, look for somebody that you think that is balanced, that is calm, that is interested in what you do. And many women fail to look at this stuff early on because we're so busy looking at, oh, is he cute? Does he like me? And what you want to be doing is thinking, do I like you? Okay, let's look at something much deeper now, because this is the really important part, which is that men and women are completely different. Yes, you're looking at a guy and thinking, are you good enough for me? But let's understand where he comes from to judge this and where you're coming from to evaluate this. Men and women are different. My children, my daughters are always saying, you're always saying that. And I'm like, it's true. No one ever told me that. Men and women are different. You may want the same rights, but actually you are a woman. And there is a magic to being a woman. So don't dismiss a man because he wants to be a man. And what does that mean? He's going to want to provide for you in small ways or in big ways. He's going to want to make you dinner. He's going to want to pay for your date. He's going to want to open the door. He's going to want to make your life easier. He's going to want to fix your problems. This does not make him a loser. It doesn't make you weak. It makes a man doing what a man needs to do, and what you as a woman should show up as in a place like this is receptive. If somebody opens a door for me, I promise you it doesn't make me weaker. You want to pay for my meal? How does that make me weaker? It doesn't mean you have to put out and you've got to go and have sex with him. What are you, a child or a grown-up? You're a grown-up. Say no. You want that meal, you eat that meal, you thank him for that meal, and you move on and do whatever the hell it is that you're doing. Because ultimately, the joy of being female is to be receptive, and the joy of being male is to be providing. So understand this. When you find a good man, that good man is going to ruffle your feathers. He's going to want to say to you, I want to do this for you. I want to provide for you. Because if he doesn't see his role in your life, which is one of providing, he will not stay. And you are not a man. You don't need to provide. You don't need to look after him. You're not his mother and you're not his boss. Your job is to sit back, look fabulous, be fabulous, and totally receive. That is one of the hardest things for a strong, successful woman to do. And let me tell you, once you clock that, you are going to find the entirety of your dating life will change. And your relationships with men will also change. So, I hope that was super helpful. Please like it if you liked it. Don't like it if you don't like it, but tell me why. Because then I know what it is that you are looking to hear. You don't have to agree with me, though, because that's not what this is about. And please subscribe so you know when the next video comes out and we ping you to tell you that it's there.